girls, are we all ready for another day? Okay, yes. Bert, would you please stand and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The boys and girls, we now be saying the Lord's Prayer, and if Emmeline would please lead us.
Our Father,
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Boys and girls, would you please stand, and we will be singing, "O Beautiful the Spacious Skies." Open your voices, let us hear you. Very nice voices this morning. Okay, if Eleanor Violetta Calhoun would tell us something about herself, please.
Hi, my name is Eleanor Calhoun. I was born and raised in a town about a mile from the schoolhouse. My parents were both born in Scotland and immigrated here in the 1880s. We had cows, sheep, chickens, and turkeys on our farm. My mother spins wool and uses a loom. She has taught me how to spin and to knit. I look forward to coming to school where I have many friends as I am an only child. I went to school with Mama and Nice Nicole, who are younger than me. I have two friends my age in 7th grade, Emily and Emily. They call us the Vowels. We have been together since we started school. I want to be a trained nurse when I graduate from high school.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing.
This is a tea towel that I spun from my glue.
Very nice, Eleanor. Excellent. Okay. Emmeline Terry, would you tell us about yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Emmeline Terry. I am the great-granddaughter of Urbana Terry, who was the first white man to settle in 1797 on land in the section of Hamden that would later be known as Terry Clove. He came from Connecticut with his large family after the close of the Revolutionary War. Urbana Terry was a clockmaker and had the first tavern in that section of town. My uncles Ferris and Wesley Terry sold the land this schoolhouse is built on for $10 in 1858. Many of my descendants are buried in the Brizek Cemetery across the road from this schoolhouse. This is a pocket watch from the clock shop. and a tankard from the first tavern.
Thank you so much, Emmeline. Adeline, Harley, would you tell us about yourself, please?
Hi, I was born in the Octagon House at Hawley Station. I'm 12 years old and in 7th grade. I'm the only child of John B. Hawley and Mary Louise Hawley. My great-grandfather, Benajah Hawley, migrated from Roxbury, Connecticut to this area in 1815. Our house was built in 1856, and people traveled from miles around to see it. Some people think our house is haunted, but I've never seen a ghost.
Oh, we've seen a ghost now. Thank you. Very nice. Girls, do you remember the states of the United States? And if so, would you please tell them to us? Thank you.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Thank you for sharing. You have been studying very, very hard, and I am proud. Oh, we have visitors. Come in.
Hello, Miss Chambers.
Oh, hello. How are you? And I remember you as a little child, and you've grown up so beautifully. You're now Private Burton John McDonald, and I'm glad you are safe. Could you tell us more about yourself, please?
I am Private Burton John McDonald of the 107th New York Infantry back home from Belgium and France. I attended this school from the age of 7 until my father took me out after the 6th grade. Miss Chambers was my teacher all those years. I was born October 29th, 1896, and have 4 older sisters and a brother who also attended this school. My parents settled on a 240-acre farm at the end of Mallory Brook in 1882. It has remained in our family for 136 years. Today it is called McDonald Road. Like other farm families, we are self-supporting. Just about everything needed to survive is grown or raised on our land. Wheat for our flour, oats and hay for our animals. We raise sheep, pigs, chickens, oxen, and horses. We have a fine herd of Jersey cows that provide us with milk and butter. We tap maple trees to make maple syrup and maple sugar for our use. We also have a nice orchard of apple trees. We gather butternuts, wild blackberries, and strawberries when they are in season. I worked alongside my father and older brother Garrett from a young age, caring for all our livestock, picking rocks, plowing fields, and cutting wood for fuel. I left home at the age of 20 and a half to enlist in the Army without telling my parents. I walked 10 miles to Walton. 3 of my buddies from the school also enlisted, including William Mallory, Henry, and Wallace Chambers. Henry and Wallace are Miss Chambers' brothers. I was sent to Spartansburg, South Carolina for training. This was the first time I was ever out of Delaware County. Since I had always worked around horses, I was assigned a job of driving a caisson, an ammunition wagon, pulled by a team of 4 large horses. Luckily, I was never wounded, but did suffer from the effects of mustard gas. World War I was the first time in history that poison gas was used against men in war. We had gas masks, but never knew in advance when to put them on. General Pershing's rally cry was, "We'll be in heaven, hell, or Hoboken by Christmas." I wrote those words on the canvas part of my gas mask. Most of the Hamden boys made it home except Wallace Bruce Chambers. He died from the effects of influenza while overseas. I stopped in today to see everyone and let you know that I made it back in one piece. It's great to be home.
Thank you so much, Private Burton John McDonald. Thank you. And thank you for your service. Okay, the older children children seem to have been studying very hard, but I think our younger ones did a good job of studying too. So Marion Mallory, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Melanie Brook. I am 6 years old and in the first grade. I live in the White House at the foot of Mallory Brook. Our family has operated a sawmill and saddle mill here for more than 100 years. My favorite things about school are reading, spelling, and working on the blackboard.
Very nice, thank you, Marion. Marion, are you ready to spell some words? Okay, let's see how you study. Can you spell apple?
APPLE.
Good job. What about bat?
EAT.
What about cat?
CAT.
What about doll?
DOLL.
And what about egg?
EGG.
Good job, thank you. Very nice. Okay, Tommy. Tommy Sprague, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm 10 years old and in the first grade. I like math and spelling and anything with wheels. My parents have the farm next door to this schoolhouse, so I don't have far to walk. My mother is a retired teacher and some of the students walk to our house for piano lessons. When I graduated from 8th grade, I will ride on the wheelchair to walk into attend high school.
Very nice, Thomas. And Thomas, I heard that you are excellent in math. Would you stand and see if you remember some of these? What is 5 times 5?
25.
Nice. What about 5 times 6?
30.
What about 5 times 7?
35.
And what about 8 times 8?
64.
Okay, Thomas, and we recently finished a unit on the people of the Longhouse. And for extra credit, can you tell us their name and spell it?
Haudenosaunee. Haudenosaunee.
Wow, good job, Tommy. Okay, Pearl Lorraine McDonald, we haven't heard from you today. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
I was named Pearl because I was born in the month of June. I'm 9 years old and in the 4th grade. I walk 2.5 miles each way to school with my 2 older sisters and 4 brothers. I like to sew, draw, and my grandmother taught me how to crochet and knit. My sisters and I make all the desserts for our school lunches. We all have chores to do when we get home from school.
Isn't that beautiful? Very nice. You did a nice job, Pearl. And Pearl, I know that you've been practicing some reading. Could you do the story for us, please?
She always leaned to watch for us, anxious if we were late. In winter by the window, in summer by the gate. And though we mocked her tenderly, who had such foolish care, the long way home would seem more safe because she waited there. Her thoughts were also full of us, she never could forget. And so I think that's where she is, she must be watching yet. Waiting till we come home to her, anxious if we're late, waiting from heaven's window, leaning from heaven's gate.
Thank you so much, Pearl. Boys and girls, you really have been studying hard. And so in a little while, we'll be going outside for some recess time. But before we do, let us close with This Is My Father's World. If you would please join.
Music of the
know, to come and say some words.
Well, what did you think of it?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Isn't
Thank
it-
you.
Isn't it amazing after 64 years, we hear these little voices in this school? I'm here today because we have all of the invited guests are from the Oneonta chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution, and I was so happy when they decided that they really want to take this trip over the mountain and come see our little schoolhouse, and it means a lot to me, just like hearing these kids today. I'm going to introduce our regent, Sandra Katowski, right now.
Hi, I'm the regent of the Oneonta chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution. Does that, children, do any of you know what DAR stands for?
Daughters of the American Revolution.
Right, and that means that way, way, way back, we had an ancestor that actually fought or aided in the Revolutionary War. Basically, we focus on patriotism,